So YouTube, yeah, I've moved back to my iPhone camera because I was just recording my Mac. So the storage was full on the iPhone, so the quality resolution wasn't as higher on the Mac. But now that my videos are gonna be back to 4K, so I love you guys, and please watch to the end. What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? I'm back with another Kansas City Chiefs recap. This time it's week 2, Chiefs versus the Eagles. I'm gonna get right into it. Please watch to the end. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you guys for watching. So I'm just going to talk about what I thought happened. I thought that I thought Pat played decent. He was 16 for 29, 187 yards. Obviously, his stats weren't crazy, weren't really that good, but we don't see him play that bad often. And just I don't think his stats tell the whole story, because he had like, it doesn't even say his rushing yards. He had like almost 70 on the ground with about 7 carries. So he averaged like 10 a carry. And obviously that should be easier than a running back because you don't expect it as much, but he's still climbing the pocket. You still know that he has tendencies to do it the odd occasion, which is good about him, because the odd occasion means that he doesn't do it too often and he knows when to do it. And so then he can pick up the yards, but then you're not really game planning for it. So like, I'm just trying to let you know that typically it's just that's how great he is. That's basically just saying how great he is. It's just tough to game plan for his legs, and that just lets you know that he's versatile. And it's just it's more than the stats will tell you a lot about Patrick Mahomes. He's a lot more than what the stats will tell you. 16 for 29, 55% completion percentage, 187 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 INT. Yeah, I don't remember the INT. I do remember the passing touchdown near the end of the game. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember the INT. But yeah, I thought overall he played pretty well. Yeah, 66 yards, 9.4, 1 touchdown. Yeah, that's solid stats. And then Kareem Hunt had 8 carries, 31 yards, 4 in average. Pacheco had 10 carries, 22 yards, 2 in average. You just gotta run better. Obviously, the run blocking isn't that great, because look at Kareem's stats, because we saw what Kareem did just a year ago, and we saw what he did when he was on the Browns, and when the Browns came together that season, and the way that they just gelled. Like when the Browns just gelled and they actually had a good defense, a generational defense, with Myles Garrett winning Defensive Player of the Year, going on to win Defensive Player of the Year. Just even when Deshaun Watson was there, or just Joe Flacco filling in for him, they had a pass game as well. They had receivers, and they had good play calling. I'm gonna speak about that. They had good play calling as well. But yeah, the guy, obviously that's why he was able to run, because then you can pass to set up the run, you can run to set up the pass. And it plays off each other. Defense gets stops, so it holds them down. You have the ball more. You can run the ball more when you have it, and you're milking the clock. You can pass the ball because it's gonna open up. It's gonna leave linebackers on the field. If you take the linebackers off the field because you're passing a lot, then it's gonna leave DBs on the field. You just run against the DBs. The DBs don't pursue it the same way. The whole thing is just different. It's a different formation. You can't do what you want to do. You're frustrated. It's just the whole thing should work for you. And just for play calling, I think that Reed isn't doing that well with calling the plays. Obviously, he's the one calling the plays. You see him with the stat sheet, and you see him covering his face, and like it's him calling the plays. I'm not in the facility, but you can tell that's Andy calling the plays. So I think the play calling needs to get better. Andy needs to get sharper throughout the season with his play calling, and he really just needs to just be calling better plays, like it's end of the season, mid-season, like it's postseason football. Like that's how he needs to be calling his plays right now. It obviously is still early, but these games matter. We already lost 2 games, and you still want to win your division. That we've won 6 years in a row, 7 years in a row. Anyways, I mean, we beat the Chargers like every single year, but like still, I don't know what I said a while ago about how they steal games from us. They really don't steal games from us. And I think Herbert sucks, but like we'll see. And so like eventually we'll face them again, and his play calling will get better, and I think the team will just gel. I think the team obviously looked better than last week, compared to how we played against the Chargers in Brazil, and how the defense got diced up, and just the defensive front looked bad again. They had time in the pocket again. I can read Hurts' stats. Hurts was 15 for 22 and 100 yards. He only threw for 100 yards, so he really didn't cut up our secondary. But we got ran on, so that's obviously the front and the linebackers. You want to include the front 7, the linebackers as well. Saquon had 22 carries for 88 yards, 4 in average, which still isn't that great. So clearly we're not awful, but still that our defensive front needs to do better than that, and we need to give him less time in the pocket. And we did give him less time in the pocket, but like he still was able to convert some of those. But not just we need to generate pressure without blitzes, because it was nice that we blitzed and we could generate pressure, but then the back end's still open. And so like, why are you gonna leave the back end like that? Just generate pressure, and then you can blitz, and then you can do other stuff, because you're generating pressure with your 4-man front. The most important thing is to generate pressure with your 4-man front. At least get him off balance and get them hurried up, and get them like in a state of of sense of urgency with your 4-man front. And Travis Kelce's drop pass is really what also like ruined a lot for us. Like we're about to score, we're about to go up by 4, and then Travis Kelce drops the ball, and then it lands into his hands, and he runs it back even more for like more yards. So then they have a shorter field to go for to move the ball, and like instead of it being a drop pass and it's second down, or instead of it being a pick ball and it's like at the 20, 25 because he got tackled in the end zone, or he took a kneel down, but he wouldn't do that. So it's like that's just an unfortunate, and that shouldn't happen, and that will obviously go away because it's Travis Kelce, and when it matters, it should go away, and it will go away for him. The team needs to gel and get better again, and then Patrick Mahomes will have to put the ball more on him and just play more like playoff Patrick Mahomes, more like Showtime Mahomes, where he's putting the ball right on his body so that he doesn't have to reach his arms out and ends there. That's ridiculous. Just catch the ball. The team needs to really get together and just gel and just play like how it has played in the previous years. And then Butker also missed a field goal in the first quarter on our first drive, where that obviously would be a tie game. We'd be facing them in OT, and you never know what happens in OT. It's first scores, first wins. No, whoever scores first wins. So it's like that's ridiculous. If we scored first, we easily could have won the game. If we would have won the coin toss, we could have won the game in OT. So just he has to make this. It's a long kick, but look who we're facing, and look at their kicker. He's a good kicker, is he not? And look at who we're facing. It's a good team, is it not? So we should be able to beat them. And then so I think Chris Jones needs to play better as well. He really isn't doing that much like how he did in previous years. The defense doesn't look anything like how it did in previous years, so the defense needs to play better. I think that's mainly it. And the play calling on offense. If anything, you want to say anything with the offense, I think the play calling needs to get better. That's the main thing, I would say. Obviously, we're missing Worthy and we're missing Rashee Rice, but the play calling needs to get better. We know that Mahomes can do it with anybody at receiver. Let's go into the stats. I have it right here. Kareem Hunt, already said some of his stats. Brashard Smith had 1 carry for 2 yards, 2 on average. Yeah, Kareem Hunt, I can say it again. He had 8 carries for 31 yards, 4 on average. Isaiah Pacheco had 10 carries for 22 yards, 2 on average. Not that good. Neither is Kareem Hunt. Mahomes had 7 carries for 66 yards, 9 on average, 1 touchdown. Travis Kelce had 4 receptions for 61 yards, 15 on average. He had a good game overall, but if he catches that's crucial. You got to catch that, or at least not let him pick it, because I think we could have got points there. And if we don't get points there, I think that if we don't get at least a field goal there, I think we can also get a touchdown. We could have gotten a touchdown. We easily could have been up in that situation. But it's obviously that's still a good game for him. But he does get a lot of targets. But he did catch everything that almost went his way. Yeah, it's weird. And then Tyquan Thornton had 2 receptions for 59 yards, 30 on average, 1 touchdown. Hollywood Brown had 5 receptions for 30 yards, 6 on average. Nico Remigio had 1 reception for 21 yards, 21 average off course, and then Pacheco had a reception. Juju had 1 reception. Great, Kareem Hunt. For the defense, Drew Tranquil had 4 tackles. Brian Cook had 4 tackles. Jamar Carn had 3 tackles. Nick Bowen had 3 tackles. Trent McDuffie had 3 tackles. Jalen Watson had 2. Lucian had 2. Chris Jones had 2. Yeah, like we didn't get a single sack on them. Look at how well the blitz. But even if the blitz did work, so-called work, why did we not get a sack? Why did we not smack the ball down there? Why did we not force a fumble? Why did we not get a pick off of it? Why did the ball not get bat down? Why did none of this happen if the blitz actually worked? The blitz was right in his face, but we still didn't get a single sack. He didn't even he got hurried up a couple times, but like the ball was still right on him. That's ridiculous. You should actually be facing him. Anybody can throw the ball like right on him in the modern era of the NFL right now. With the way that they've been passing with the blitz with a 0 blitz, 7 men on you. Yeah, 7 men on you. I guess it could be 8, but like 7 men on you, and then you're in your face, and you're getting hurried up. Anybody can still throw that nowadays. I don't know a quarterback that can't throw that. So you should be getting there, and you should be actually sacking him and actually doing something. Yeah. And then Remigio had 2 returns, 43 yards, 21 on average. And Brashard Smith had 2 returns, 52 yards, 26 on average. Remigio's a really good returner. Yeah, I think he can make a Pro Bowl or All Pro, but I'm just talking about things that matters and how we should be winning games, like how we do, and how we have a winning culture. But like, yeah, he's obviously a great kick returner, I think, and he could have a better role. It looks like you never know. And then I'm just gonna talk about our Giants, our next week against the Giants in Sunday Night Football. That's a game we should obviously win. I think that's a game we will end up winning. They're 0-2, we're 0-2. I think that we'll go 1-2. That we'll be able to go 1-2. Say that we're 1-2 after in Monday morning when the game's finished. Yeah, it's a late game. I think that we'll run the ball efficiently, and it'll kind of just let us be more patient and let us be more disciplined and consistent with the run game, because the Giants are like obviously have a good defensive line, but it's not a good team and it's overall, and their unit is kind of like it's just, I don't know, they care more about themselves. Like they have Thibodeau, they have Brian Burns, but those guys are really about themselves. So I think that we'll be able to run the ball on them and then kind of get more into the run game and be more patient with the run game, and then also we'll be able to pass on them because their secondary isn't that strong. Obviously, they lost McKinney, and yeah, their second, who almost led the league in picks with the Packers. So the secondary isn't that strong. And then for our defense, I think that we'll play well against Russell Wilson because he's been struggling recently in the NFL. I forget the running back, his name, Tyrone T. Yeah, but we should be able to minimize him and stop him. He's done a couple stuff like I've seen on fantasy. He's done a couple of like stuff like well, but I don't know that much about him. He's a nobody to me. But we should be able to stop the run game and pick some passes, get the ball back to Patrick Mahomes, and have something to build off of, a nice win to build off of heading into next week. And yeah, that's really it for the video. That's what I expect. And anybody that I would say would have a big game, I would say. I think Pacheco plays better, but doesn't have the biggest game. I think Mahomes has a great game against the Giants, and I would say Hollywood Brown has a big game against the Giants. That's the two people I would say. I like you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys for watching till the end. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And peace out, YouTube.